Spreadsheets and Word documents are no more. Infographics are all the rage now. Are you ready to create one? Hello world, my name is Mike Ploger, and for years now, Visme and I have been teaming up to teach you all about the power of creation and content in the workplace. This video is no different. Long-winded documents and confusing spreadsheets no longer have a place in our professional lives. Sure, they used to, and they got us by, but there's a younger, more attractive option available now that when done right is extremely effective. Allow me to introduce you to infographics. Throughout this video, I'll explain some much needed tips you'll need to consider before you begin creating your own. Let's get started. For those of you who maybe aren't completely sold on why an infographic is an optimal choice for sharing your data, allow me to explain. An infographic is seen, not read. It's a compilation of data shared to tell a story, but in half the time is plain text. It's clear, leaving no uncertainty. It's engaging, even providing interactivity. The infographic delivers information in a fun, compelling way that plain charts and text just never could before. When you inevitably share the information your infographic portrays, remember this. People remember 65% of the information they see in a visual, where only 10% of information is recalled when heard. Infographics can be one of the most powerful marketing tools you and your business can create. Let's dive into the nuts and bolts of what makes a good, compelling infographic. With any effective design, you must follow the rules of visual hierarchy. What am I talking about? Well, I encourage you to check out the video on our channel where we dove into it extensively. Still, for now, I'll just tell you that it's a set of principles to follow to ensure your information and design are consumed properly and effectively. Visual hierarchy explains the significance of how bigger fonts signify importance. Contrast grabs attention, lines shift focus, and so on. Understanding these principles before you get started will save you a ton of time and immediately put you on the right track for creating an effective infographic. One of the biggest mistakes that you can make that will immediately undermine your professionalism is getting sloppy with too many styles. This goes for everything from your fonts and your colors to your icons and your charts. A rule of thumb is to use no more than 3 fonts in any single graphic or project. The same goes for colors. Are all those font choices making you drool a little bit? Well, don't go overboard. Find one that you like and stick with it. You can adjust the typeface to bold or italicized, big or small, but throwing in several different fonts will make your infographic look childish. Pro tip, pair one serif font with a sans serif font, and that's all you need. If you use an icon that's strictly the border, say of a carrot, well then all the other icons should be only borders too. So if you're doing a vegetable infographic, your lettuce, peppers, broccoli, they should match. It's easy to oversimplify creating infographics, so just remember that less is often more. It might be easy to revert back to your old ways and start writing long explanations in your graphic. However, that's not necessary anymore. Your data visualizations should be strong enough to tell the story itself. Sure, you may need to throw in a sentence or two here or there, or maybe just a couple bullet points, but don't overdo it. The information you're providing should be simple, direct, and easy to consume. Again, keep it simple, and if you require a few pages, that's okay. Avoid cramming all the pertinent information into one block on the page. Instead, provide little bite-sized pieces of information so your readers don't get overwhelmed. Let's stick with the vegetable theme and say that you're ranking the benefits of the top 20 vegetables. If so, any single data widget shouldn't consist of all 20 vegetables. Again, break it down into bite-sized pieces so it's easier for the reader to digest. The more variables in any statistic, the longer a reader takes to understand the significance. Have I mentioned simplifying things yet? While a reader may not actively think about it, color is the very first thing that they notice. Is it attractive and inviting, or overwhelming and thoughtless? Your color scheme should be chosen with a purpose. My first recommendation is to use the colors associated with your brand. A McDonald's infographic would be their signature red and yellow. Pepsi would be blue and white. Or if you're not locked into a brand, find a proven color scheme that works. Adobe Color has a fantastic tool that you can use, or Google is always a helpful friend as well. Consider the meaning of colors and their associations as you're deciding. If your infographic is meant to create joy and happiness, yellow may be best. Or are you more luxurious? In that case, black and white should be your go-to. Are you still unsure about the whole infographic thing? Well, let me help you. Studies show an 82% increase in readers' attention spans when visuals with colors are involved. People remember 65% of the information they learn in a visual versus what they heard. Instructions with visuals create a 15% increase in productivity. People are 30% more likely to send payment faster when visuals are involved. Visuals increase learning and information retention by 72%. You can't ignore the data. Infographics are beneficial for everyone. Now, depending on your intended use, you shouldn't assume that the reader is familiar with your topic. Provide a touch of background information to ensure the message is clear. Again, the simpler, the better. But some infographics may require background information if the data is complex. The most effective infographics are the ones that we didn't expect. If you're preparing a presentation and implementing infographics, build one around the most shocking data. The element of surprise will increase the alertness and focus of your reader, further helping your message. Furthermore, you don't need an infographic for every piece of data you have. Be selective in what you're sharing, or else your most prominent information will just get lost in the clutter. Speaking of clutter, don't cram your infographics with information and design elements from border to border. White space or empty space is okay and even encouraged. It forces a reader's attention to what matters most, your message. Plus, it'll help you maintain a professional look so you're not bypassed before the reader even has a chance to soak it all in. And our last recommendation is to implement animation into your infographics. Movement signifies importance, and again, it draws attention. And not all infographic creators go this extra mile, which will help you stand tall above any competition. In Visme, you can add animation to your charts, graphs, timelines, maps, and more, in as little as just a few clicks. Not to mention, there's pre-built animations within the Visme dashboard that you can click and drag directly into your project. I'm talking icons, characters, gestures, or illustrations from all walks of life like business, environment, food, social media. Visme has thought of it all with you in mind. Ladies and gentlemen, it is go time. You now know what it takes to create an intriguing and effective and professional infographic. All that's left is for you to get to work. We appreciate you watching our video. Please let us know in the comments if you learned anything new today. And if you're in the mood to learn more tomorrow, please subscribe to our channel. We'll see you next time. With Visme, I'm Mike Ploger, helping you make information beautiful.